Here is a video on my 1980s micromark 9-inch desk fan. Now this micromark I have had for a year. I bought it a few months ago last year. And it was another childhood fan. This was my first childhood micromark. And I got it off eBay for a good £14 and a good £10 for postage. And I'd never ever had a micromark fan. So I thought maybe I could get this. And I did. So you can't get fans from Micromark anymore because Micromark no longer exists. And Micromark fans have always been very, 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 very good. Specifically this Micromark is really, really good Micromark. And yeah, this one is definitely from the 80s. So it's not a vintage fan because this one's from the late 80s. So it's not necessarily vintage. But it's a really good Micromark. I really, really like this one. And it's really, really well built as well. Like the front grille and back grille are very, very, very tight and very, very, very solid, which is really, really good. Micromark was always registered as quality is guaranteed, and I think it was if Micromark still existed now, I think their fans would be disgustingly cheap. I might get one, but they won't be very good. They'll have a very silly wattage of the motor, and that'll be like 21 or 22 watts. Whereas this Micromark has got 35 watts. So I've always liked Micromark fans, and I'd never had a Micromark fan. So as I said, that's why I got this. So it's a very good looking 9-inch desk fan. These are still sometimes quite easy to find on like Facebook and stuff. So far, this is the only Micromark fan I've got. So I do like the control panel down here. It just says 9-inch cool fan, Micromark, quality that's guaranteed, 90% oscillation and head feature. And we've got a slider switch. As it's a 9-inch desk fan, it's only got 2 speeds. So we've got a slider switch here. So at the moment it's on 0, which is off. 1's low speed and 2's high speed. I do like this this line design here as well. I've always liked that. And it is a very familiar Micromark 9-inch. I still remember the 90s version of this. The 90s version, the one that came after this one. That one, I didn't like that one. I didn't particularly like it because I think Micromark had only existed for about 2 years. Their quality started going down a little bit. Going down the other line of their quality wise. But this one's the most best Micromark. And then it was maybe a few years later that Micromark their quality started going a bit upper again. Like towards after 1998, I think they started going. I think their quality may have started to go a bit more. They may have started to go a bit more up, maybe a bit more budget priced, maybe not the perfect quality, but maybe a bit more budget priced. Yeah. Anyway, so it's got an upside down badge. I think it was like that originally when the seller originally bought it. I think this Micromark originally came from an old office that either shut down or moved somewhere else and got lots of old stuff left behind. But I believe this Micromark was originally from an old office because on the plug it just has a label and it says 9-inch fan. So it could be a possibility it was an old office fan, and the seller took it, kept it for a few years, then decided to sell it onto eBay. Yeah, so I'll try and get that badge sorted out. Yeah, so I'll just turn it round to the side. I've always liked the motor cover design on this. It always looks so familiar to me whenever I see it. Then even the 90s version had it. I really like the it's a very sleek design, like where it's a tiny bit smaller. You've got oscillating switch. Yes, this fan, obviously, it does still work. It still works really, really well. It's just a bit noisy, that's all. Noisy as in it's making a funny clanking noise at the moment. I need to properly sort this fan out. But I think once it's been properly serviced, because I didn't properly service this fan. There's the rating sticker. 35 watts. And this one was made in Taiwan rather than China. I remember the 9-inch micromark that came after this model. The one that came after this one, that one was made in China. That one was made in China. Whereas this one, it's made in Taiwan. So this, as I said, is really good micromark. It's also a childhood fan. Right, so let's switch it on, start it under low speed. So that's the lowest speed setting. That's the highest speed setting. I should now demonstrate its oscillation. Yeah, so it's going to need looking at, I think. So it's alright to use, it's just a bit noisy, that's all. So it's obvious it was an old office fan. Especially how noisy it is. It's a good fan, it probably got an awful lot of use. About 31 years or so. About 31 or 27 years. That is quite powerful. It's quite powerful. That's the lowest speed setting. Have it on the speed if you want it running overnight. I think it'd be quite a good 9-inch desk fan to have running overnight. Specifically how powerful it is. Yeah, so this is definitely going to need servicing. Obviously it works just fine. Just needs servicing. I think something may have broke off or it just got an awful lot of use. Demonstrate spin down time. Yeah, so it's just one of these other older 9-inch desk fans, older type of 9-inch desk fans that's got the grey blades. I remember loads of micromarks that had those, and you still have them if you find these on eBay or in a charity shop or any second-hand or brand new website that sells older items like this. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching and see ya.